My name is Adeniyi Joseph Omobulejo. I am a video editor, a filmmaker, and a brand strategist for Nostalgia Media Agency. We are a group of production guys. We do production activities. We help people take away the stress of production, basically. And if you want to shoot your video adverts, commercials, short films, and all of those video productions, that's basically what we do. How much impact have we been able to have with our job? Nostalgia Media Agency has a vision, which is to help people become useful to themselves and their society. And one of the ways that we do that is we train people. We have a platform called PoweredUp. PoweredUp is supposed to help people become useful to themselves and society through the trainings that we do. We teach them in the art of what we do, which is production. Production is where our strength is, and that's exactly what we can teach people. So we teach people how to do video editing, how to shoot films, how to do a lot of the things that we do in production. And we have had different editions of PoweredUp where people were actually impacted. They learned and they got jobs. We also practice what we have learned. We shot the first edition that we did. We did a music video, and at the second edition, we're planning to do a short film. We are sure that this is impacting people in a lot of ways because we get testimonies, and we're glad. How do we make money from this kind of business? I think it's obvious. People need videos, people do weddings, people do adverts, people do a lot of stuff that just require video recording. And as long as people patronize you, you're definitely going to make money. You know, there's a lot of competition because the industry is pretty wide. It's already very saturated. So if you're not very creative, people might not think about you. They may not even remember that you exist. So you have to put yourself out there. And so we make money by doing our job well, making sure that we are the first that you're going to think about. Call us, and we'll definitely do what we have to do for you well, and then you call us next time. We actually have a team called Nostalgia Boys. It's a team of professionals who are video editors. They have their own thing doing their own stuff individually, but we need them, we call them, and then they work collectively on projects. This is exactly why the several projects that we do come out excellently. If we need equipment to help us do well in our job, yes, we do. If you have expensive equipment, you can definitely do expensive jobs, really good jobs. But the truth is, like I would usually say, before you have those expensive equipment, the ones that you have, the resources that you have that are not very expensive, what do you do with them? I think before you desire to have a very expensive camera, you should already have some good ideas that you can shoot with the not very expensive camera that you have. It's fine for you to have an expensive camera and you're definitely going to do a great job. Well, I really cannot promise that you're going to do a great job because there are people who have expensive stuff and can really still not do a great job. So the first thing that you need is skill. So you're skillful. When you get a good camera or good equipment, it's just a bonus. It just helps your work become better. And if we need funding, of course, if you're going to give us funds, definitely we will collect. We're not going to say take your funds away. We'll collect the money and we'll use it we'll use it well, because we want to impact as many people as we can. We're actually going to help a lot of people learn through the PoweredUp program. So if we get funds, for instance, we're going to use that in that direction so that a lot more people are empowered and they have jobs for themselves. Can you make $1 million from videography? I'm not going to say no, and I would not say direct yes, but I know that it is a lucrative business. It's like, I know that if I play football, for instance, I can make $1 million. But in videography, it's not like it's not lucrative, but it's not like somebody's going to ask you to do a job and say, you're going to work on this job and you get $1 million just for you. Maybe the whole project can cost $1 million, and then a couple of guys, share. Well, my point is, it is a lucrative business. You're not going to be poor if you are good. If you're creative, the work that you do, people love it. People can always trust that you're going to deliver. Then you're going to get jobs, and as long as you get jobs, well, you're not going to be poor. I can assure you that. For an aspiring videographer, an aspiring editor, an aspiring filmmaker, somebody who just wants to do well in the media industry, If somebody tells you that the first thing that you need is an expensive camera, well, that is a lie. You do not need an expensive camera to start with. You just need interest, you need desire, you need the skill. I didn't even think I was ever going to be an editor, and I started out as an editor and then started to handle the camera, started to direct stuff and then do a lot of other stuff. I didn't have a system when I started to edit. And my first laptop was bought for 50,000 naira. It was a 4 gig RAM laptop. It was really slow. If you know about editing, you will know what I'm talking about. It was really slow, but I used that laptop for about maybe a little more than a year, and I made so much money with the laptop. So you really can start from anywhere. But first, you need to have a desire to really want to learn this thing. Watch lots of TV, movies, criticize the things that you watch objectively. Don't just open your mouth and say, hey, that's rubbish, and then you don't have a better solution. So watch movies, have ideas, read stuff, read books, watch stuff that other people have done, learn from what they have done, try and replicate what they have done, and then get better, at doing what they have done. And then I hope that you will become a great editor or a great filmmaker. One of the challenges as a videographer, a camera guy, a video editor, a filmmaker, is that personally, I've had to spend so much money that I do not have on equipment. Although I prefer to buy equipment so that my job will look fine, because I know that if you invest on the work that you do, the output will tell you that you're doing a great job. So a challenge is that a lot of the time you don't have the money to buy the equipment that you want to buy, and these equipments are really expensive. You can buy a lens, a 50mm lens that looks really small for as high as 150,000 naira, and then you have not even done a job where somebody will pay you 50,000 naira, and then you have to buy that lens that is worth more than what you can afford. But you have to buy it, or you need it. If somebody will give it to you, it would make sense. So a challenge is funding. The equipment are really expensive, but you want to get them. You need them. So how do you go about it? That's a challenge. I've been trying to unravel that question. I've not been able to unravel it, but that's a challenge. Have I ever thought of quitting? Quitting from what? You have to work. I mean, if you don't work, you don't get paid. A lot of the time, depending on where you work, it can be very frustrating if you're working with people who don't even understand the job. I've worked in places before where you're working with colleagues who don't understand the job. They're not very professionals, and they would frustrate your job. It does not mean that I want to quit the career. I just wanted to quit that job. I wanted to quit working for that office, but I didn't want to quit to be a media person, because I don't think I can ever stop being that. Even if I get to do other things, say I have so much money, I'm now doing real estate, or I'm sponsoring people to go and play football, or doing so many other things which I really want to do. I don't think I can really stop doing filmmaking. I want to make films, I want to direct films, I want to make films that will touch people's lives, films that you would watch with your family and be excited, films that are nostalgic. You can watch them and they will bring back good memories. That's the reason why we started Nostalgia in the first place. We wanted people to be able to remember stuff. We wanted people to be able to remember the reason they got married with our wedding videos. We wanted people to be able to remember a lot of things, and they just feel good with their lives, because there's a lot of trouble in the world already. Let's just add some good stuff and be happy. So projects I've worked on a number of projects. I hope I can remember them. It's like saying food you have eaten. I just know that I eat. I don't know. I worked on a number of projects as an editor and as a camera guy, but more as an editor, because I started out as an editor. I've worked with Nigeria TV, worked with Arcadia Mobile TV, worked with Global Vision TV, worked with Prime TV, Orison TV, a lot of TV channels. Did my IT actually with NTA. Worked with Maxima Productions, did freelancing with a lot of guys. So I think I've done quite a bit, but we're still going. There's still so much more to do. Final words for entrepreneurs, including myself. I would say that I think that we are a team of people who are contributing to make the world a better place. I personally am not trying to be a unique person, or I'm not trying to be very popular. If I'm popular, it's fine. I would love the attention that comes with it, but that's what I'm going for. The thing is, I think that the world is a team of people coming together to do good for the general good of the world. If you are providing help at your locality, somebody else is doing the same at his locality, all of us are doing these several things at our locality, it becomes a whole, it becomes a big deal, and then the country is able to feel it. But if you think that the little things that you're doing don't make any contribution, it's actually not true, because you do not know who is watching you. So whatever you're doing, do it heartily, do it with the whole of your heart, because that is what the Bible says.